Ellen McCauley at Pray It Up in Syracuse, New York. You know, all of us, if we started with me, went around the room, I could tell you things that happened this summer that you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's awful. You know, we all have things in our lives. We have friends, families, ourselves that have pain and suffering, the world. So we can either roll ourselves into a ball and just give up, or we can just bounce back and say, life is tough, but I am tougher. And you know, we have a phrase in our family that always says that I want certain people in my foxhole, you know, and that's a military thing where, you know, soldiers would be in a foxhole, and if you want someone in your foxhole, you know you can trust them and rely on them. And I work for the Office for Aging, the Department of Adult and Long-Term Care Services for anyone who's new here. And today, I had this guy on the phone, and he was asking me questions, and I was like, oh, well, there's this, and okay, there's that. Every question he had, I had an answer, and I'm going like this and this. So by the end of the conversation, he goes, I want you in my foxhole. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew I liked this guy. I never heard anyone say that to me outside my family. So, but we want to be resilient. We want to be the kind of person that other people want in their foxhole. Because taking care of ourselves and being resilient, we can help other people. We can help our family, our friends. We can connect with the community. Because when you isolate yourself, there's people who didn't come tonight because they said to me, I gained too much weight, I just don't want to come. And I know that they don't have a big support system. I know they're home alone most of the time. And I know for a fact that isolation can lead to early dementia. Isolation can lead to depression. Isolation can lead to so much. So come to Pray It Up every Thursday just to get out. Just to say, you know, we might be tired, we might be at the end of our rope, but just come. And we need to find our strengths. So your strength might not be exercising, but maybe your strength is watching your calories. Focus on that. And also, when those stressors come, stop and say to yourself, whoa, this is a real plot twist, and I wasn't counting on it. How do I handle it? You have to meet your own needs first to be resilient, and that's why we're going to talk about self-love next week. Jesus so often went off to be by himself to pray. Every single thing that Jesus did in his life, everything he did, was to be an example for us. In the 3 years of his ministry, every single thing he did was to be, when Jesus wept, he knew that Lazarus was going to be resurrected. He knew that Lazarus was going to go to heaven, but he wept because he wanted us to know that it was okay to mourn, that it was okay to miss people that we love. So when he goes off to rest, when he goes off to be by himself, he's telling us, you need to take care of yourself. And then it also tells you to be resilient, you need to tap into resources. Pray It Up's a resource. I give you information you might not have had, you might get new ideas, you might say, I don't like that idea. I'm just going to toss out a lot of them. Take what you do like. And you need to choose the tools that work for you. If a tool works for you, great. But don't get so stuck in your ways that you're doing something and it's not successful. If your tools work and you're successful, great. You might want to change it up if you're not. So I can't say enough about moving a little bit more. And I'm going to talk about, the operative word is just a little bit more. Regular sleep. You know, it's funny. I have a Fitbit. And I always, you can see your sleep, you can get a sleep score. I'm addicted to sleep. I'm addicted to the Fitbit. So Bob always wanted one, but he's got the kind of job that's really physical, and we didn't, you know, think it was like a good thing for him. But we did. Like, I got a new one, so I gave him my old one, 2 days, dead at work. Then my sister got a new one, gave him the old one, 2 days, dead at work. So we got him a new one, but he can't wear it to work. And there it is. Yeah! But the main reason I got it for him is because I was worried that he wasn't getting enough sleep, that he wasn't getting good sleep. So now every day we compare our sleep, and you know, he like, if you get in the 80s, you're like sleeping like a king, you know? So he gets like an 88, an 86, and I'm getting a 71, a 68, you know? And I'm like, I got you a fit because I was worried about your sleep. You should be, I mean, because I have trouble, I don't know about you, shutting my mind off. Even when I'm sleeping, my mind's going, like, I woke up in the middle of the night with an Irish nightmare, and I call an Irish nightmare this. Like the day before a party or the day before a wedding, you think no one's going to come. No one's going to come, or I'm not going to have enough food. It's going to be awful. So my Irish nightmare last night was, oh my gosh, no one's going to pray it off. And I work so hard, and I try so hard, and no one's going to come. So at 5:20, I go, oh my gosh, my Irish nightmare came true. No one's coming to pray it off. So we need, though, get better sleep. I'm working on it, okay? Look at our problems from different angles. You know, and sometimes people give you a perspective on yourself you might not like. You know, they might say something, you're like, huh. And then you think about it, and you think, maybe there's some credence there. Gratitude. I am the most grateful person on the face of this earth. I am just grateful for every day. The world is tough, there's problems, there's issues, but it still is beautiful, and I'm grateful to be alive. Also, what is the meaning of life? I mean, I went to Lemoyne College, and back in the day, we had to minor in philosophy. I thought, I'm from Elmira Heights, New York, the smallest podunk town in the universe, and here I'm taking philosophy courses, and I got rid of all my college books except the philosophy books because I love them. I mean, I'm always saying, what's it all about, Elfie? What's the meaning of life? What does it mean? And I find that if you explore your curiosity, and I do think I've discovered the meaning of life is love. It starts with self-love, and then you can spread it out from there. And if you are having mental health or other issues, please get a professional help. I strongly believe in it. Everyone has insurance in this room, and if you don't, see me and I'll help you get it. And you're going to pay someone to talk about you. And how that's beautiful. And so many people also say they can't handle the stress in their lives. You know, I went through one of the most stressful times of my life when my sister died, and it was right when I had started the Whole30 program, no dairy, no gluten, and sugar. And I survived that terribly stressful time because I had made a decision not to overeat, not to drink. It still was stressful, but I didn't rely on the food or alcohol to get me through. So we need to make a decision on how we can manage stress and build our resistance. Because, you know, there's health, work, money, family issues. There's all kinds of daily hassles. I mean, just coming here, I was telling Jean that Bob and I were going up Harris Road, and there was the four-way stop at Howlett Hill. So we're stopped, four-way stop, and I look over and I just knew. You have that woman's intuition. I said, that car, we're first, but that car is going to go. So Bob starts going. I go, Bob, wait. He goes, I have the right of way. And I said, and the car came. I said, stop. So he stopped. And then I said, do you know who says I have the right of way? Many people in the funeral home. How many people have gotten killed because they have the right of way and they keep going? I mean, I knew that car was coming. That's a stressor. You know, coming here, you got to watch it. You're dry. I come home every night from work. I'm like, it's like kamikaze run. I went to work the other day, and some guy, out of nowhere, in a foggy morning, rode in front of me on his bicycle. I didn't see him. God protected me. Everything can be stressful. Yeah, but how do we bounce back? That's the key. We gained weight over the summer, bounce back. We're here. I love every single person in this room with such an incredible passion because you came. You're here. This is taking time for ourselves. This is all about us, and our relationship with our bodies, our health. And, you know, we got to try some new routines that are maybe fun. I do a Wordle and a waffle at 5:30 in the morning, and I really like it. And I'm so, organized, if you will, that I keep my own score. Like, oh, I got it in 3 out of 5. Oh, I got it in 2 out of 5. I enjoy it. It's like a little brain game that I do just for myself. I don't put it on Facebook. There's people who put it on Facebook every day. I don't do that. But find something enjoyable, little, just do it. Make new friends. Stay connected. You can make new friends at any age. How many people have made a friend here at Pray It Off? And see your problems through a different lens. Is it the crisis du jour, or is it a crisis for life? Or is it something that you're like, oh my God, my whole life has changed? Or did someone try to kill you on Holly Hill Road and now it's over? That's what you have to look at. And then, you know what's so funny? I did have a couple of issues this week. And my beloved mother, who I love more than life itself, just turned 89 years old. And that's what, I bought her a caption. I didn't buy her, they're free. Anyone who can't hear and you have trouble, you tell me, I can get you a free one. It's called CapTel, and all the words come out up. It works fantastic. So you see me if you need anything. But anyway, ever since we got the CapTel phone, I talk to her every day. She loves it. I tell her my problems because she likes that. Because then she has something to think about. She can help me. So it helps me so much to tell her. I call it the law of diffusion. I tell my mother my problems, cut in half. Tell Bobby my problems, cut in half. Don't keep them totally bottled up inside. I'm going to stop right there, Bob.